Let's be honest for a second. The phrase passive income app is usually a lie designed to get you to watch ads for 4 hours just to earn 12 cents. If you search for this topic on YouTube, you will see thumbnails promising $100 a day for playing games or clicking buttons. Those are scams. Or worse, they are digital sweatshops paying you less than minimum wage to train an AI. But there is a very specific, darker corner of the app economy that actually pays you to do nothing. Literally nothing. You install them, you close them, and they pay you. Why? Because they aren't paying for your labor. They are paying for your data and your bandwidth. This isn't free money. This is data rent. Corporations are desperate for residential IP addresses and consumer behavior data. They usually take it from you for free via cookies and terms of service agreements. The apps we are discussing today simply allow you to charge them a toll fee for what they are going to take anyway. If you value your privacy more than $50 a month, click off this video. I respect that. But if you realize that your data is already being sold and you're just not getting a cut of the profits, then keep watching. Because today we are building a digital device farm. We are going to stack 5 specific apps that run in the background simultaneously to turn a spare phone or laptop into an asset that pays its own electricity bill. Let's start with the grandfather of bandwidth sharing, Honeygain. Most people pay for an internet plan with unlimited data or a high cap, but they only use 10% of it. The rest just sits there, wasted. Honeygain is a crowdsourced proxy network. When you install it, you are allowing businesses to use your unused internet connection to crawl the web. They use your IP address to check ad verification, compare prices, and do SEO research. Now, the skeptical part of your brain should be ringing. Is this safe? Honeygain claims they monitor all traffic and don't allow illegal activity. But let's be real, you are letting strangers route traffic through your home IP. This is why I recommend running this on a guest network or a secondary device, not the laptop you use for banking. The math. Realistically, you are not buying a Ferrari with this. You earn credits for every GB of data you share. If you have it running 24/7 on a decent connection, you are looking at maybe $15 to $20 per month. It runs silently. You don't click anything. It is the definition of set and forget. If you are already selling your bandwidth to Honeygain, you might as well sell it to their competitor too. This is Pawns.app. It works on the exact same principle. It turns your IP address into a node for market research. The reason we add this to the stack is device efficiency. A smartphone consumes roughly the same amount of electricity whether it is running one background app or 5. By stacking Pawns on top of Honeygain, you are doubling the yield of the same hardware. Pawns has a lower payout threshold, $5, compared to Honeygain, $20, which means you actually see the cash faster. The math. Pawns is slightly slower than Honeygain in my testing. Expect around $5 to $10 per month depending on your location. USA/UK/Canada pays more than other regions. But remember, this is $10 that requires zero human intervention. Now we move away from bandwidth and into something more personal, behavior. Nielsen is not a startup or a side project. It is one of the oldest and most established market research companies in the world. They have been tracking television ratings since the 1950s. For decades, major corporations have relied on Nielsen to understand what people watch, how they consume media, and how habits change over time. In many ways, they are the original data authority. The Nielsen computer and mobile panel extends that same research model into the digital world. When you install their app on your computer or phone, it runs quietly in the background and observes how you use the internet, which websites you visit, how long you stay on them, and what types of content you engage with. That information is aggregated, anonymized, and used to analyze broader consumer trends. This is where the trade-off becomes very clear. You are not selling computing power or unused bandwidth. You are selling behavioral data. For some people, that immediately raises concerns about privacy. That reaction is reasonable. However, it is also important to be honest about how the modern internet already works. Your browser, your operating system, your internet service provider, and large tech platforms are already collecting much of this information. The difference with Nielsen is transparency and compensation. They are explicit about what they collect and they pay you for it. This creates an interesting psychological shift. Instead of unknowingly giving away data for free, you are consciously choosing to participate in research and receiving something in return. That choice matters. It turns a passive loss of privacy into a deliberate exchange, which many people find easier to accept. From a financial perspective, Nielsen is not fast or exciting. They do not pay monthly in cash the way some other apps do. Instead, they reward participation with points over time. Those points can be redeemed for gift cards or PayPal payouts. On average, users can expect to earn roughly $50 to $60 per year. That number does not fluctuate dramatically. It is slow, steady, and predictable. What Nielsen offers is not scale but stability. This is arguably the most legitimate company in this entire category. They work with Fortune 500 companies. They have been operating for generations. The risk of them disappearing overnight or failing to pay is extremely low. That reliability is part of the value. This makes Nielsen best suited as a background layer in a larger system. It is not something you check daily. It is not something you optimize aggressively. You install it, you forget about it, and once or twice a year you redeem the rewards. That's IT.in a broader income stack. Nielsen represents the slow burn. It won't change your month. It won't even change your quarter. But over years, it quietly contributes without requiring effort, decisions, or time. For people who value legitimacy and low maintenance over speed, this trade-off can make sense. Ultimately, Nielsen is not about making more money. It is about reclaiming a small amount of value from data that is already being generated. Whether that trade is worth it is a personal decision. But in terms of credibility and consistency, few companies in this space are as established as Nielsen. We are going back to bandwidth sharing for number 4, Repocket. Why another one? Because redundancy is key. Sometimes Honeygain is slow because there is no demand in your area. Repocket might have demand. By having multiple lines in the water, you ensure that your device is always generating something. Repocket is newer, and their Geek Mode allows you to connect multiple devices to the same account to scale up earnings. The math: this is the smallest earner on the list. Expect $5 per month. But again, we are looking at the aggregate. $5 from Repocket plus $10 from Pawns plus $20 from Honeygain. The stack is growing. Savvy Connect falls into the same general category as Nielsen, but with one important difference. It pays more because it collects more detailed information. This is market research focused heavily on shopping behavior. What you browse, what you buy, and how often you purchase online. For companies trying to understand consumer spending, this data is extremely valuable. Because of that, Savvy Connect tends to offer higher payouts than most passive research apps. The model is straightforward. Payment is usually tied directly to the number of devices you connect. In the USA and UK, common offers pay around $5 per month per device. A phone, a laptop, and a tablet can collectively generate about $15 per month. There is no optimization required beyond keeping the app installed and active. This consistency is what separates Savvy Connect from bandwidth-based apps. With tools like Honeygain, income depends on network demand, traffic, and location. Savvy Connect is different. As long as your devices remain connected and meet their requirements, the payout remains stable. You are not waiting for demand spikes or hoping for better traffic conditions. However, this higher yield comes with a clear trade-off. Savvy Connect is more aggressive with data collection. It is not for people who are uncomfortable sharing detailed usage information. That said, participation is transparent. You know what you are exchanging and you can disconnect at any time. In a larger income system, Savvy Connect works best as a premium layer. It is not exciting and it is not scalable in the traditional sense. But it is reliable. Once set up, it produces predictable income with almost no ongoing effort. For people who are comfortable with the privacy trade-off, Savvy Connect offers one of the highest returns per device in this category. It reinforces a broader lesson in passive systems. Higher consistency often comes from accepting clearer, more defined exchanges. Now here is the secret. Do not put these on your main phone. Your main phone is for your life. It has your banking app, your photos, your private texts. You don't want 5 data harvesting apps draining your battery and slowing down your Instagram. The strategy is to find an old Android phone in your drawer. You know the one: cracked screen, battery lasts 20 minutes. Factory reset it. Create a burner Google account. Connect it to your Wi-Fi. Install all 5 of these apps. Plug it into a charger in the corner of your room and leave it there forever. Let's look at the annual payout of this trash phone. Honeygain, $180/year. Pawns, $60 per year. Nielsen, $50 per year. Repocket, $60 per year. Savvy Connect, $60 per year. Total, $410 per year. Is $410 going to make you rich? No. But $410 pays for your entire year of Netflix and Spotify. It pays for 2 months of groceries. It is an asset created out of e-waste and invisible data. Most people will watch this and say, it's not worth the hassle for $400. And that is why they stay broke. Wealth isn't just about the one big home run. It's about optimization. It's about finding the leaks in your financial life and plugging them. Your unused data is a leak. You are paying for it and letting it vanish. These apps are just the bucket you put under the leak to catch the value. So go find that old phone, turn it into a digital employee, and let the corporations pay for your coffee.